You killed your son, you killed your lover, and you killed your own husband. What kind of kukarams have you done? She has done a very unrighteous act. She's gone astray from dharam. And then she responds. She said, "Oh Sadhu, if you had told me this before, if I had known you in watching me, I would have done your upai as well. I could have done away with you as well." Guru Sahib is showing us here that when someone is so deep into their sins, they think that they can hide from Vaiguruji as well. They think that they can take care of Vaiguruji as well. They look at God and they think that main tera bhi kar dana si. I could have gotten away with you as well. Vaheguru Ji Ka Khalsa, Vaheguru Ji Ki Fateh. Sat Sangat Ji, welcome to the next session. Today we'll be going through the 11th Charitar of Sri Charitropakhyan. This Charitar will hit home for many people, I feel. It definitely speaks to a lot of current events that we are facing, even as a community, in the current age. Satnam Sri Vaheguru Sahib Ji. Dohra बोहर मंत्र बर राय सो भेद कहो समझाए सबा भिख है भाखत भयो दसवीं katha बनाए. So now the mantris in the sabha and the court of the Raja. So remember the overlaying story of Raja Charitr Singh. He's sitting in his court. On one side stands his son. On one side stands the viziers, the mantris, the advisors, who are continuously trying to speak on behalf of Hanumant Singh with the current situation. The decision of Hanumant Singh being executed, they're trying to guide the king to make a positive decision. So Sabha Bikhe Pakat Payo, within that Sabha, they're now going to Pakat. Pakat means to speak, Sabha means court, Bikhe means within. Dasmi Katha Banai, now they're going to see the 10th Katha of Charitropakhyan. So this is the 11th Charitar, but the 10th tale, because the very first Charitar was Ustad Vaheguruji, which we did not cover in the series as of yet, but maybe during the end of the as the series progresses, we'll cover that as well. Banya ek pasor mein tahe kukuria nar. So in Pasor is the area. There lived a Baniya, and Baniya means a businessman. Yeah. So often it's a community of people called Baniya, and that's their caste. But they're usually just business people. So his woman, his nari, his istri, was kukariya. Ko meaning bad. When you take a word and you put kakke no onkar before it, ko, it negates the word. It attributes a negative quality to the word. So in this case, the word is kirya. Kirya means actions, karams, rat. Your utna bana, how you sit down, how you talk, how do you contact with people, how do you go about your daily affairs. That's called kirya. Ko kirya means very, very bad actions, very bad maryada, not living your life in terms of discipline of dharma. Okay, so he had a very bad wife, who was kukariya, who engaged in very bad actions. Tahe maar ta so jari so main keho sadhar. So the summary of the story that the mantris are going to now describe, the summary is right here. Tahe maar ta so jari, she killed her own husband, and then jari, she burnt herself as well. So main keho sadhar. The mantri says, so that story I will tell you. Oh Charitr Singh, I'm going to tell you that story of a wife, how she killed her own husband and then she burnt herself as well. Banik banaj ke hit gayo ta tere ho na jaye. So apne banaj vaste, apne vyapar vaste, for his business, banaj means business, the man, the baniya, he went to Pradesh, right? So business is usually done, trading is usually done with in different cities and different countries. So he went to a different country or a different city to engage in his business. And then what happened was once he left, ਤਾਂ ਤੇਰੇ ਹੋ ਨਾ ਜਾਏ, his wife, the istri, ਉਹਦੇ ਕੋਲ ਰਿਹਾ ਨਹੀਂ ਗਿਆ. She could not stop herself from committing the actions that she usually does commit. So when the bania isn't home, when her husband isn't home, she has a boyfriend who she'll call over. So she's been cheating behind his back. Now since he's gone for an extended period of time, she's taking that to her advantage. She knows that he's not going to be back for a couple of days because he probably shared that information with her. Because he gave away that crucial information, she can now plan out the coming days to know that, okay, my husband won't be here, so I'm going to call over my boyfriend. Ek purkh rakhat pei apne taam balai. So she calls over this one guy into her own house. Taam means house. Yeah. Ran divasta sura main jab sut bhukho hoye. So Ran means nighttime, Divas means daytime, Rama means to make love. Day and night she spends her time with her boyfriend, because she knows when the husband will come home. She knows exactly, so she can plan out that time. But she also has a child. So the Bania and his wife, whose name isn't given yet, they both have a child who's very young, possibly less than a year old. He's still being breastfed, which we'll find out soon. So she'll spend her time with her boyfriend, but sometimes whenever the child, the sut means child, whenever he gets hungry, bhukho, whenever he gets hungry, Preet mat lakh dugat hit det uch sur ho roe, he starts crying in a very ucha sur. Ucha sur meaning in a very loud noise. He starts crying when he's hungry. And what does he crave? He craves Preet mat lakh. He craves the love of his mom. Yeah, Preet mat lakh. Lakh means to see or to crave. In this sense, it means to crave. He craves the love of his mom. Dugat means dud. He craves the milk of his mom. Hit means vaste. He craves the love of his mom. He looks for the love of his mom. Why? Because she will give him milk. So in a very loud noise he cries. Jo pe jab sut bhukho hoye pukara, tab mukh so yo jar uchara. So whenever the son will cry, then her boyfriend will complain. What will he say? He says, Striya yako tum chup na karavo, hamare chit ko sokh mitavo. He says, hey girlfriend, why don't you go and make him quiet, because it's causing me a lot of anxiety. Him crying like this is causing me anxiety. What if someone hears us? What if someone hears him crying and then comes to check up on the house? I don't want any trouble. I don't want anyone finding out that I'm here with you. So why don't you go and make him quiet? Ut asthan tako tin deo, la asthan chup bal na peo. So she'll go and she'll try to breastfeed her child. Asthan means breast, to breastfeed. So she'll try to give the child milk. But what would happen is chup bal na peo, that balik, that child, bal means child, wo chup nahi panda, wo chup nahi ho reha, he's not getting quiet. Nij sut ko nij karan sangaryo, at mitra ko sokh nivaryo. So then what happens? What she does is nij sut, her own. Nij means niji, apna, your own. Sut means child. Ko nij, with her own. Karan means hands. Yeah, Karan means two hands. With her own child, she sangaryo means to kill. She killed her own child with her own hands. Yeah. An mitra ko sokh nivaryo. And then she comes back to her boyfriend to tell him that your all your problems have been resolved. He won't cry anymore. Bal rahat chup jar ujaro. So now, for some time passes by, and her boyfriend, jar means boyfriend, her boyfriend realizes that the child is no longer crying. Because he's not crying anymore, the boyfriend wonders what's going on. Ab kayo na rovat bal tiharo, and then he says, "Toda bal nahi hun ro raha. Your child isn't crying anymore. What's the deal? He was crying a lot before, periodically, but now he's not crying at all." Tab tin bachan turan yo pakhyo. In that moment, the lady, she spoke like this: "Tav hit mar poot main rakhyo, for you, my love. Tav hit. Tav means you, hit means love. For your love, mar poot. Poot means child. I have killed my own child." Mar means to kill. Main rakhyo, I. Man means I. I have killed my own child for your love. Here's a scene so far. The child has been killed by his own mom, right? Why? Because the mom wanted to complete her love for her boyfriend. Dohra jar bachan sun ke daryo adik tras manathan. When her boyfriend jar, when her boyfriend heard these sun ke bachan, when he heard these words, daryo adik means a lot. Daryo means to get scared. He got scared so much. Tras manathan, in his mind he placed a lot of fears, right? Why? Because he thought, like, if this child has been killed, tomorrow I might get blamed for this. I don't want any part in this. So Tantriya ki nindya kari. In that moment, he did nindya of his girlfriend. He said, "You should not have done this." Bal Charitropakhyan. He said, "You should have not done this charitra that you have done with your bal, with your balak. Balak means kid, with your child. You should not have done this." Why? Because you can get in a lot of trouble. Not only you can get me in a lot of trouble as well. जा जब ऐसे कहियो निरख तुरन की ओर. Now, just for a split second, let's think about what's happening. She killed her child. Why? Because she had a kamana. She had a desire. And the desire was being hindered by her child. Right? She had a kamana, she had a desire to stay with her love as much as she could. And there was a unwanted presence, right? This is called unwanted child felicide. There's different types of felicides. This is called unwanted child felicide. Felicide is when a parent kills their own child. What did the child want? The child wanted the mom's love. The child was looking for his mom's love. The child was looking for his mom's own milk, right? What did the mom want? She wanted the love of her husband. What did the husband want? Husband wanted security. He did not want to be it to be known in society that he is cheating with someone else's wife. So everyone had their own desires, right? For the mom, for her own desire, she kills her child, right? Now, the child is gone, but the boyfriend is now having a problem, right? The boyfriend doesn't want this. So what does she do now? Is that जा जब ऐसे कहियो निरख तुरन की ओर. When her boyfriend said this, looking towards her, when he said this to her face, that you have done something very wrong, right? And now, because she's afraid he's gonna go out and tell everyone what just happened, Tahe turat marat pei. Turat means right away, marat means to kill. Hirday katari kor. She takes a katari, a churi, a shastar, a weapon, a knife, and straight she stabs her boyfriend to death. She kills her boyfriend now. Why? Because she's now afraid of the people's opinion. She's now afraid what image will be presented in society if they find out what just happened. Yeah? First, her attention was kamana, right? Her kamana towards her boyfriend, her desire towards her boyfriend. When that could not be completed, a bigger issue now was public opinion. What does the public think about me? What would people think about my image? That now is more priority for her. It's because of that she's ready to now remove that kamana completely to preserve her honor in society. Okay? So first, more than her own child was her kamana. Now more than her own kamana is her honor in society, her respect in society. पुत्र और तेह जार को एक कोना में जाए मर्द एक लग भूम खन दहुन दयो दबाए. And what does she do? In a corner of her house, kona means corner. In one corner of the house, she digs up enough space, mard ek, she digs up enough space for a person, and she buries dohun deo dabai, she buries both her son and her boyfriend. अथित एक तेह घर होतो तिन सब चरित्र निहार. Now, this is where it gets very interesting. Guru Gobind Singh Maharaj shows us their creativity. They say, Athat ek. There was a Atit. Atit, Athat means Atit. Atit means a sadhu, a Mahapurkh. There was a enlightened being, Tehi kar hoto, in her house. Tin sab charitra nihar. Nihar means to see. Tin sab charitra, he saw this whole play. Charitra, remember, means play, right? He saw this whole play being played out. So far in the story, it seemed like more like a common event or a event that took place in the community in Peshawar somewhere, some time period, right? But now Guru Sahib is putting a spiritual element into the story. They're saying there's a Mahapurkh sitting in the house watching everything. What does that mean? A Mahapurkh sitting in the house watching everything. That Mahapurkh is Vaiguruji. Akal Purkh Vaiguruji is seeing everything. No matter what someone does, no matter how secret they try to be, no matter how much they try to preserve their own honor, by hiding away the truth, by killing people that might know the truth will still be seen by one person. That's Akal Purkh Vaiguruji. Vaiguruji will see everything. They hear everything. They're a witness to every single thing that's happening. मैं हूँ परम पुरख का दासा देखन आयो jagat tamasha. That jagat tamasha that's happening, that Paramatma is seeing that jagat tamasha. That charitra, all the charitras that are happening in the world, all the plays that are happening in the world, Vaiguruji is watching it. So Charitropakhyan, another meaning of Charitropakhyan could be those plays that happen in the world, those plays that happen in every single house, in every single mind, in every single country, in every single city, in every single heart. Vaiguruji is watching all those plays. Doi kudrat sajiye kar asan ditho chao. He made this duality, this world, this creation. Then kar asan, he sits within that. He makes an asan. Asan means a seat. He makes a seat within that creation. Ditto chao. Ditto means to see, and chao means with happiness. He sees his creation with happiness. No matter what kind of charitra is happening, remember, charitra could be good or bad. It doesn't usually have a type of positive or negative associated with it. The word charitra just is a neutral word. What type of charitra is being played out is subjective. Vaiguruji watches every single charitra that's happening in this world, every single play that's happening in this world with chao, with love, with happiness, with anand, with kheda, with khushi. So, Athat ek tehe kar hoto. In that house there was a one sadhu, a atit, a Mahapurkh. Tin sab charitra nihar, unhe sara charitra nihar dekhya. He saw that whole charitra played out. Banij mitra taako hoto. And that sadhu was a mitra. Mitra means friend to the banik. Banik meaning the baniya, the businessman. He was a friend to the businessman. Hoto taso kahyo sudar. So he went to the businessman and told him in his ears that your wife is cheating on you. And not only did your wife cheat on you, she's killed your son and the boy that she was cheating with, and she's buried them both in an area of the house. So the sadhu is a friend of the baniya. Guru Sahib is showing that Paramatma is a friend to those that are innocent. What did the baniya do? What did he do that he deserved this? Right? He he didn't do anything to deserve this, as far as we know from the story. He could have been a very innocent man. He could have been a very innocent person who didn't deserve this, right? But this is playing out in his life. So Vaiguruji, they are now there putting a message into his mind, into his ears. In the story, the way the Gurus has fashioned the story, they're shown as Vaiguruji coming and telling that Vapari, that businessman, that look, you need to go home because this X, Y, and Z just happened. So once that Vapari, that businessman, heard these bachans from Akal Purkh Vaiguruji, from the sadhu, right? So how they communicated to the sadhu could be maybe Akali bachans, right? Maybe Akashvani happened. Maybe like some way or some form, the sadhu was able to communicate with the businessman. So he came running home. Tantriya so yo bachan sunayo. So when he came home, ਉਹਨੇ ਫਿਰ ਇਸਤਰੀ ਨੂੰ ਦੇਖਿਆ, he looked at his wife and he said these words to her. Jo grehe kona khod dikhaya hai, show me in this house. Grehe means house. Show me in the house this area over here. He points to the area which the sadhu had told them that 2 bodies will be buried there. He says, show me this area. Tab to ko patam basa hai, and that if you let me see this area, tab, then, toko means to you, pat means pati, tam means house. Okay, basaha means to live, to let you live there. Only then will I let you live in your husband's house. Yeah, only then will I let you live in this house if you show me this area, if you pull this out. Yeah, adil jabata triyaso banik bachan yo pakhyo. When the banij, when the banik, the baniya, the vapari, the businessman said these bachans to his triya, to his wife, तमक ते की दई मार ही राखियो. Then what happened? उन्हें फिर छुरी निकाल दी. Shook her weapon out. Teg means sword, but in this case it's the shuri that she was holding, the weapon she was holding, knife, dagger, whatever she had. In that moment she took that out. The ਉਹਨੂੰ ਵੀ ਬਚਾਰੀ ਨੂੰ ਮਾਰ ਦਿੱਤਾ, and she killed him as well. ਕਾਠ ਮੂੰਡ ਤਾਂ ਕੋ ਇਹ ਪਾਂਤ ਉਚਾਰਿਓ. Once she killed him, that mood, ਕਾਂਠ ਬੂੰਡ ਤਾਂ ਕੋ ਇਹ ਪਾਂਤ ਉਚਾਰਿਓ, that ਮੂਰਖ, what did she do once she killed her own husband? ਹੋਂ ਲੂਟ ਚੋਰ ਲੈ ਗਏ ਤਾਮ ਇਹ ਮਾਰਿਓ. She cries out, right? She cries out that, oh, a robber has come and killed my husband. A robber has come and killed my son, and this robber has stolen everything from me. Dohra pat mario sut mario tan lage churai. She speaks very loudly so the people can hear her. She says, this chor has killed my husband. This chor has killed my son and taken all my money. Ta pashe main hun jaro tol mridang bajai. Now what's the point of me living? I'm going to burn as well. I'm going to die on the chikha, on the funeral fire of my husband and my child. I'm going to die on that same funeral fire. I'm going to become a sati. Sati was a tradition in the old days where if a husband would die, the wife would then be given a opportunity or a choice to burn herself alive on that fire. And it is often attributed that Guru Amar Das Ji Maharaj had abolished that tradition. So she says, mridang means drums. She says, I'm going to play the drum of death and let the world know that I'm going to die on the same fire as my husband. Why? Because there's nothing left for me anymore. My husband's gone, my child's gone, my house has been stolen away, everything's been gone from me. Things from my house have been stolen away. I've lost my honor, I'm going to die now. So now what's happening? More than her child's love is the kamna desire that she had for her boyfriend. Now more than that kamna of her boyfriend was her self-desire. That's why she kills her boyfriend. Now the husband comes into the picture. Now more than her own life is self-respect. More than her own life is the respect that she presents into the world of herself, the image she presents into the world of herself. She knows now, if my husband is dead, people will find out for sure. It is better to leave this life. It's better to give up my John for my honor. So Guru Sahib is showing here that the biggest thing someone protects is their honor. But when they engage in deception with their partner, when they engage in these type of kukarams, right, kukiriya, when they engage in these things, they don't think about their self-honor. But when everything is said and done, then the person thinks, man, I should have looked after my self-honor. If at the very end the person is ready to kill everything, to destroy everything for their self-honor, then the person should have thought in the very, very beginning that my self-honor is the biggest thing I have to preserve. I should not be engaging into deception. I should not be engaging in cheating on my family, cheating on my spouse. But in the very beginning, no one thinks about their self-honor. Self-honor is the last thing someone thinks about when everything's done. Peyo prat chad chikha pa chali jaran ko kaj. Now prat means morning. When the morning came, she went to the chikha. Chikha means the funeral fire. Chali jaran ko kaj, to burn herself. Jaran means to burn. To burn herself, she goes in the morning, to the funeral fire where her husband will be burnt. Log tamasha ko chale larkan ko saaj. Now loki agni tamasha dekhan chale. They're going to see the tamasha. They're going to see this this tamasha. Tamasha means like a play, but more of a negative sense of a play. So Charitr meant like a negative, neutral play. Tamasha means like negative play. So people are now going to see, so Gurus have now defining what type of Charitr this is, yeah? They're saying this is a negative Charitr. So they're saying that so many people are now going to see this tamasha. Sunat so logan ko bajat tol mardang lakhya hoto jo na athit veh chaleo hai sang. Now that sadhu who went to go tell the baniya what happened, he's heard all this rola happening outside, these people gathering and everything, and he's like, oh bichal, now he's coming as well to see the tamasha unfold. Chopai so atit sang hu chalo. Now that atit, that sadhu, he's also now with the crowd of people accompanying this girl to the funeral fire. Dekho jon tamase palo, to see the tamasha. Tin taso yo bachan ucharo. That sadhu that spoke to that istri, the bani's wife. Suno nar tum keho hamaro. He says, hey, listen to what I have to tell you. Dohra veh ka kiya, voh ka kiyo, eh ka kiyas ko kae. You killed your son, you killed your lover, and you killed your own husband. What kind of kukai have you done? What kind of kukarams have you done? Remember this word kukarams. In the very beginning of the Charitr, Gurus have started off with the word kukaram, kukai as well. Kukiya, she has done a very unrighteous act, right? She's gone astray from Dharam. So again, the sadhu now speaks to this istri, and says that what kukarams have you done? Look at the nature of your acts. And then she responds. She says, Keheo, she speaks, Jo tum aage keh tero kart upay. She said, oh sadhu, if you had told me this before, if I had known you in watching me, I would have done your upay as well. Dekho, when someone's so struck in pap, they think that they can hide from Vaiguruji as well. They think that they can take care of Vaiguruji as well. They think that they can move Parmeshwar away from their life. So Guru Sahib ek gal darsa rahe hai. Guru Sahib is showing us here that when someone is so deep into their sins, they look at God and they think that main tera bhi kar dana si. I could have gotten away with you as well. I could have done away with you as well. Sutakayo, mitakayo, anij kehe patakaye, tehe pasha apan jari tol mardang bajaye. To summarize the whole story, Guru Sahib here saying that she has killed her own son, killed her friend, the boyfriend, killed her husband, and then after all this, she went and joined the cremation fire and cremated herself as well. Tol mridang bajai, by beating the drums of life, letting people know that she's going in this way. Adil nichman ka kashbat na triya ko dijiye. Now the mantris again advising the king, and this advisement is coming from the area of Rajniti, of politics, right? And they're saying, the mantris are saying to the king after sharing the story with him, that look, for this reason, you should never let your inner secrets be known, especially to a woman you hold close to you. Why? Because you never know when someone else might be using her against you, when some other Raja might be using her as a weapon against you. For that reason, you keep your own secrets, but make sure you have her chit. Make sure that you have her mind in your hands. As in, you should be her only lover. You should be that person who she looks up to. You should be that person who she'll come to for advice. You should be that person who she trusts. If she doesn't trust you, she'll trust someone else. निज मन की तांसो जो बात सुनाइए हो बाहर प्रगट जाए आप पछताइए. If you were to share your inner secrets with her, then it's a risk that she might be compromised one day. And if she's compromised, then all your secrets will become pragat, will become known to everyone else. So here it's Charitropakhyan ne Triyachitare Mantri Pubsarvade 11vo Charitra Samapt Mast. Here the 11th Chitra has become Samapt, has been become complete. Of you now we'll hear the 12th Chitra in the next prasang. So the mantris are advising the king against being so open with the princess that he's abducted, against being so open, sharing his own thoughts with the princess, because you never know when if that princess is working for someone else. You never know if that princess is trying to cheat you, is trying to have your son killed for something he never did, which is the truth, right? So ithe samapti karte hain ji. Bhullo chukkan di khima bakshni. Please forgive us for all our mistakes, and I'll see you in the next session. Vaheguru ji ka khalsa, Vaheguru ji ki fateh.